Hey, greetings and salutations, everyone. As always, I'm Diamond Mind. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Level Up. In this series, we talk about all the gear and the techniques and everything I've learned to put together a good cardistry video. Before we get started, of course, just gonna remind you to smash that like button. Y'all know the drill, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. If you like cardistry, if you like making videos, if both, consider subscribing and tap the bell icon so you don't miss out on future content. Now, last time we talked about how to shoot a cardistry video, camera settings, lighting, basically kind of touched on everything but a cardistry tutorial. Well, this time I want to talk about what makes a good cardistry video. We know a good cardistry video when we see it, but what is it that made it good, you know? Me personally, I'm not that great at cardistry or magic, but I do really like to make videos. So today I want to discuss the format that I use when I'm trying to make good content and not just record like a cardistry jam or something like that. So let's get back to the studio and discuss the A.V.A model. Alright, so when it comes to considering what makes a good cardistry video and what makes a good video in general, I try to use something I call the A.V.A model. That's A.V.A, and that stands for your audio considerations, your visual considerations, and your action, what happens in the video. Notice that what happens in the video actually comes last, and audio comes first. So I want to discuss why audio comes first. Anyone who makes videos will tell you that audio is half of any video, but there's a lot of folks out there, including myself, who would say it's actually more than half. Now, that might be 51%, it could be 90%, who knows? But the point is, if you have a video, right? And you turn it on and maybe it's 1080p, maybe it's 720p, maybe it's recorded on a phone, but you can hear everyone just fine. You may still watch it. In fact, you can't see people in a lot of videos, radio shows and podcasts. So if you have, on the other hand, a video that has incredible video, but the audio is just totally garbled, or even worse, completely silent, you're not gonna sit through that, right? So audio really makes the video, and it's something really to consider when you're posting cardistry videos. In fact, to illustrate this, look at the video Ace, for example. That was a Noel Heath video. You can hear that song in your head. You can hear that jazzy tune in your head. And it syncopates and it coordinates the rhythm of the videos. And there's some really great examples of stuff you wouldn't normally consider putting in a cardistry video. I believe it was Oliver Sogard who used Planet Caravan, an Ozzy song, or Sabbath, I believe. And it totally came out of left field, in my opinion, and went really well. And that's because the music really sets the tone and carries the rhythm of any video. On point, on character for him, you know, but a video does not actually have to have music for you to make audio considerations. Now, level 1, I would consider cardistry ASMR. No one's saying anything, there's no music, and the only audio is literally the cards themselves. Now, you don't necessarily need a microphone for this. If you have the phone close enough to capture cardistry well, then a lot of times you can hear the cards just fine. As long as you have your video settings right, it's gonna come out looking pretty good. But just like natural lighting, you can't always control or predict audio conditions, and they're not always gonna be ideal. And you may wanna consider getting some lenses even for your smartphone if you use a smartphone, because for you to have the phone close enough to get clear audio, you're probably gonna need a macro lens to maintain focus, because it's like, you can get like pretty close to the macro lens, like seriously an inch, a couple inches less, and you can rack focus with a lot of apps in cell phones nowadays, so it makes it really cool to do focus pulls and stuff. There's a lot of reasons to get a macro lens, but I digress. Next level up from that is using actual microphones. Now, You don't have to go all out. There's microphones out there that cost $400, $500, $1,000 or more, but I find that the best microphones for cardistry are going to be little mics like this Rode Video Mic Go 2, I think, is a little mini shotgun mic, and it actually has really great reviews, less than $100. I think it was like 70 bucks. It records great audio, especially when close. Now, it is directional, so you have to make sure that it's pointed at the source, otherwise you're not gonna catch a lot of what's going on. Now, the other type of microphone that's really good for cardistry and ASMR is a wireless lavalier mic. This one is from Hollyland. You've seen me use this before, and basically this either clips to you or sets anywhere you like it, and it captures the ambient audio. So it's not going to be directional like this where you have to point at it. So that's also something you have to consider, what's going on in the area. It's something that would be good to capture ASMR and the voice at the same time, but you also have to make sure that you're in kind of an audio isolated area, or put up some sort of, what's it called, sound blankets and stuff like that, which not everyone is going to have access to. One thing I would recommend against using, you do not want to use any sort of broadcast microphones or like podcast style microphones, because cardistry, you're going to get this in your frame. It's not gonna work well with the cards and macro shots and tight shots and wide angle shots like that. It's good for ASMR where you're speaking. I'm sure, you know, I don't really do it, but it's good for vocals specifically. So I wouldn't get that, or any of the kind that look like an ice cream cone. Wireless mics and shotgun mics are gonna be the best. Really great budget options as well. Generally a mic like this, these are around $100 or less. Hey, I just wanted to remind everybody before we move on to, if you're enjoying the video and you like making cardistry videos, or you just enjoy cardistry, hit the like button. It really helps the channel. We're just starting out, so every little bit of support, every like, every share counts that much more, and I'm super grateful. Now, the next audio consideration to make is music. Are you going to have music? If you do, consider the tempo when you edit your video, and consider your edit when you shoot your video. There's two basic methods. One, jam out to the music playing and kind of cut it down afterwards. This has its advantages. It's a lot quicker and easier to shoot because you just basically press record and just do your thing for a while, and you're jamming out, so you're enjoying yourself at the same time. But it is a lot more difficult to edit because you end up with a lot of footage, and editing all that down is just a pain when you have to bring like 10 minutes or 5 minutes even down to like 30 seconds. The other method is to plan out each shot. Now, this is a little bit more tedious, but is more in the spirit with videography in general and is gonna pay off. So planning out which cut and timing it with the music is going to end up looking a lot better, because when you shoot for the edit, the editing process is a lot smoother. Now, neither method is wrong. I still use both depending. I might catch something really good in a freestyle, or I might be practicing something that I want to get down. So it's just something you want to consider. Now, speaking of music, what's the best way to get music in your video? We've all seen videos get copyright stricken, and the best places to get music are going to be royalty-free sites and subscription sites. Royalty-free sites are exactly what it sounds like. These are songs that don't cost royalties. There isn't any sort of contract that requires you to like license these songs in any kind of way, and they're great. I mean, there's a bunch of sites where you can get songs for free, and they're pretty awesome. There is a little bit of a disadvantage in you're kind of stuck with whatever catalog is out there. You can't really choose, and you don't really have the variety you do with a lot of the pay and subscription sites. That brings me to the second category, of course, and subscription sites are phenomenal. I use Artlist, but there's a bunch of them out there. A lot of them include like footage and assets. This is great because with one fee, all of the music that you download from these sites and use in your videos, that's it. That's all you need to pay to license all of it. Then you just simply upload the link in your profile, and so Artlist or whoever you're using knows that, hey, this page is okay, it's using licensed music, and you don't get stricken. It's pretty great. It can be pricey, but it can also be cheap, and a lot of them have free trial periods and stuff like that. So I say go for it, because you know what? I actually listen to the music off Artlist too, so I don't even have a Spotify. I actually use it more than like a Spotify or something, to be honest with you. It's actual real good music. That's kind of the main advantage to the subscription sites, is it's gonna be real music by real artists that is current and dynamic and constantly being updated. And you can also be sure that artists are making a living off of you using their work, which isn't the case for royalty-free music. All right, we went over a lot today. If you guys got something out of today's video, don't forget to like and share. And if you're into these kind of videos, if you're into making videos or cardistry or making cardistry videos, consider subscribing, because that's what we get down on here. Cardistry is a video art form, so learning how to make better videos does make you a better cardist. Now remember everybody, we still have the giveaway going, so as soon as we hit 500 anything, whether that's subscribers, likes, shares, whatever it is, we have a couple decks that we're giving away, and I'm probably gonna add more to it, honestly. Right now I'm filming the next episode of Stuff. We're doing a brand spotlight on a company called Ulanzi. They are incredible and have great video equipment for any budget, really, really great prices. So I'll see y'all when that posts. All right, y'all, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.